Okay, I'm outside and it's pretty windy, so I hope that you can hear me. We're going to do some planting today, so I'm going to show you the things that we're going to need. So you're going to need a pot for planting, or you can plant in your yard if you want to make a flower bed, or if you already have a flower bed. I'm going to make a herb bed out there by my fence, and when I get it done I'll show you, but I just want to do some planting with you today. So you're going to need some good soil. Potting mix is a good soil for plants. I really wouldn't recommend digging it out of your yard, but sometimes the soils in your yard are not good for little seeds. You need some rocks. You can see here I've got rocks. And you need a packet of seeds, which I gave each of you some seeds. And you need some water. Okay, so what are the things that we learned plants need? We know they need air, and that's all around us. They need sunlight, so we're going to put our plant in a sunny place. They need dirt, they need water, and they need nutrients, and they need space and time. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my rocks, and I'm going to cover the bottom of my pot with rocks. And the reason that you put rocks down in the bottom is so that it will drain good. Okay, can you see those rocks down in the bottom? Alright, so I've got my rocks down in the bottom. Now I'm going to get my scoop and I'm going to fill up my pot with dirt. Let's see. I had dirt in this pot and I dumped it out and it had ants in it. And I was like, oh my goodness. Ants had built a nest in there. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I need a little bit more. 9. Alright, I think it took me 9 cups to fill my pot. Alright, now these little seeds are actually supposed to be planted indoors before the frost stops. And you grow them indoors in little bitty tiny cardboard pots. So if you have some of those, that's fine. I would really recommend that. But I don't have any, so I'm just going to plant them in my pot. And it says be sure that the frost is over. We have not had frost in a long time. So I know that it's safe and it's warm enough. So I'm going to open up my package. Now, the thing you want to do is you want to plant a lot of seeds. Maybe like 6 to 10 seeds. And this says plant them 1/4 of an inch deep. So that means don't plant them very deep. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get some. I'm going to show you what these look like. Okay, and see how many I have? Probably have more than 10. And I'm just going to scatter them over top of the soil. And I'm going to just scatter the soil over it. Alright, now what am I going to do? I'm going to give them some water. I'm not going to flood it. I'm just going to pour it till it runs out the bottom. I'm going to move over. When it starts running out the bottom, then I'll know I've got enough in here. Oh, there it comes. And we'll let it drain out. Because if you get it too wet, the seeds will rot. So I'm going to let it drain out. Now I'm going to put it in a sunny location. Right now the sun is over by my fence, so I'm going to walk out there and put it by my fence. Alright, so that was my little seeds that I planted. How often do you water? You only water when the soil is dry. So you just have to feel of it and see if it's dry. You have to feel of it with your hand and see if it's dry. Alright, so I hope y'all have fun planting your seeds. I gave you several different seeds. I would plant them in different pots. If you're going to plant them, I would plant them in different pots. And what this package says is when they come up, you have to thin them down because all of them won't live. So that's why you plant a lot. And then you thin them down to about, can't remember how many inches it says a piece. I have to get my glasses on to read it. But you read the back of your package and it'll tell you how to thin them down, like how far apart they need to be. And we will watch them grow and we will write it in our little journal. So I'm going to take this back inside. This is part 1. And then I'll meet you back inside.